Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we dive into the most pressing stories of the day. I'm your host, Barbara, and I'm glad you're joining me for this episode. Today, we're focusing on a developing crisis in the Middle East, where the Gaza Strip is facing an unprecedented humanitarian emergency. According to reports from France 24, the United Nations has confirmed that famine has been declared in Gaza for the first time, sparking widespread concern and condemnation from the international community. The situation on the ground is dire, with thousands of people struggling to access basic necessities like food, water, and medical care. The Israeli military has announced plans to fully take over Gaza City, which has raised fears of further escalation and potential civilian casualties. UN Chief Guterres has weighed in on the crisis, stating that Israel has a legal obligation to provide food and aid to the people of Gaza. However, Israeli officials have denied any wrongdoing, sparking a heated debate about the country's role in the humanitarian crisis. We've seen a flurry of reactions from around the world, with many countries calling for an immediate ceasefire and increased aid to the affected areas. Journalists on the ground, like Shrouk al-Allah, are sharing their first-hand accounts of the devastation, painting a stark picture of the reality faced by those living in Gaza. As we continue to monitor the situation, it's essential to acknowledge the complexities and nuances at play. We'll be exploring different perspectives and analyzing the implications of this crisis in the days to come. For now, let's take a step back and consider the human impact of this story. The people of Gaza are facing unimaginable hardship, and it's our responsibility as global citizens to stay informed and demand action from our leaders. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into the second segment of our show where we explore a developing story that's caught our attention. Today, we're taking a closer look at the recent incident along the North Korea-South Korea border. According to reports, South Korean troops fired warning shots at North Korean soldiers who had briefly crossed into the south while setting up barriers in the frontier's central region. The incident occurred on Tuesday afternoon, and it's been confirmed by South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff that the shots were fired as a standard defensive procedure. North Korea has responded to the incident, accusing South Korea of a serious provocation and claiming that the warning shots were a deliberate attempt to raise tensions. The North Korean military also noted that the incident coincided with the ongoing U.S.-South Korean joint military exercises, which have been a point of contention between the two Koreas. It's worth noting that both sides have reported no casualties or equipment damage from the encounter. However, the incident has highlighted the ongoing tensions along the Demilitarized Zone (DMZ) and the delicate relationship between North and South Korea. As we analyze this story, it's essential to consider the complexities of the situation and the various factors at play. The joint military exercises between the U.S. and South Korea have been a long-standing point of contention, with North Korea viewing them as a threat to its national security. At the same time, South Korea has emphasized its right to defend itself and maintain its military readiness. As we move forward, it will be crucial to monitor the situation closely and watch for any further developments. The international community will likely be keeping a close eye on the situation, hoping to avoid any escalation of tensions in the region. In related news, South Korean President Lee has been preparing for an upcoming summit with U.S. President Trump, where they are expected to discuss issues including North Korea's nuclear program and trade relations. This meeting may provide an opportunity for the two leaders to address the ongoing tensions along the DMZ and work towards finding a peaceful resolution. That's all for this segment of Barbara's Bulletin. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we close out today's show, I'd like to bring you up to speed on a significant development in the ongoing debate over sanctuary cities in the United States. A federal judge has extended a preliminary injunction that blocks the Trump administration from withholding funds from more than 30 sanctuary cities across the country. To the best of our knowledge, this ruling applies to cities and counties that have policies restricting local police from participating in immigration enforcement. The judge's decision, based on the information available, effectively prevents the administration from stripping these cities of crucial housing and urban development grants, which amount to hundreds of millions of dollars. According to reliable sources, the Trump administration has been seeking to coerce sanctuary cities into cooperating with federal immigration authorities by threatening to withhold funding. However, this ruling suggests that such efforts may be on shaky legal ground. As we've seen in recent months, the Department of Justice has filed several legal challenges against cities and states with sanctuary policies. But this latest development indicates that the courts are pushing back against these attempts. As a journalist, it's essential to maintain a balanced perspective on this issue. While some argue that sanctuary cities provide a safe haven for undocumented immigrants, others contend that they undermine federal authority and compromise public safety. It's crucial to recognize that this debate is complex and multifaceted, with valid concerns on both sides. In our commitment to providing accurate and unbiased reporting, we'll continue to monitor this story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. For now, it's clear that the courts are playing a significant role in shaping the narrative around sanctuary cities and immigration policy. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.